Gatorade all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. So for the Clippers right now, Paul and Crawford pair up at the 1 and 2. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan, and it's Navarro. And
the one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. On defense, Chicago. Paul dishes to Griffin. Lets it go with a three. Good. Offense is what drives the Clippers, and they were fantastic at it last season. Easily one of the most exciting teams to watch with their high-flying and high-scoring act and number one in terms of efficiency.
Yeah, and it's not just a flash for the Clippers on offense. You talked about their efficiency on the offensive end. Led the league in points scored per 100 possessions at 109.8.
Crawford kicks to Griffin. Again, Los Angeles.
And right out of the gates, they are locked and loaded. 3 straight scores early.
Pass to Gasol. Feeds to Snell. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Mirotic the screen. Clock at 6. And it's denied. And they're able to recover.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
Snell, that's good.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control. And, you know, the Clippers were near the top of the league in most other offensive efficiency categories as well. Second in the league in field goal percentage, second in points per game at almost 107 per. That was a high-octane offensive group.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop. And it's been well documented. The Clippers had problems with free throw shooting. I mean, mostly due to their bigs. Actually had 3 perimeter players who shot over 90% on the season. But you can forgive their free throw struggles as a team given how great they were everywhere else.
Here's Griffin. No good. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. Here's Butler. It's deflected. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
And he gets it to go.
A strong move to the basket there. Nice power to get that up and in.
And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
For Chicago, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. And Mirotic kicks to Butler. Passes it to Rose. Jordan with the rebound. Last outing for Chicago, they won that game against the Nets in Brooklyn. Crawford, no one around him. And another 3 for the Clippers.
A lot of times in the first quarter, it will dictate how big a role a player has later on.
Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Fred Hoiberg. What'd you find out, DB?
We talked about the difficulties of facing a player like Chris Paul, and he said that what makes Paul so incredible is his court vision. He explained that there haven't been many players like Paul who can pick a defense apart with both his passing ability and his patience in the offensive sets, saying really, he can just wait you out until he sees a weakness, and that's where he attacks.
And as always, Doris, thank you. Here's Navarro, defended by Butler, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on Jimmy Butler. The Clippers shooting their first free throws of the night. For a franchise that had so much success under his tenure, there was sure a lot of friction with Tom Thibodeau, and the Bulls front office surprised a lot of people, I know, including yourself.
Yeah, you know, it's not something that you see often, a winning coach at odds with his GM and president. With how often their differences came up, though, you knew something was afoot.
And Chicago has possession. trailing by 4. Gasol kicks to Rose. Clock at 6. Here's Paul. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Griffin's shot is off.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
And with Bibbs, he did end up getting fired from the Bulls this past season. Some saw it coming, but still, I think surprising given the level of success he had. His imprint is all over this Bulls team and the way they approach the game.
Butler passes to Gasol. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And guys, you don't think this fella can do some major damage if he gets an opening to the rim.
G8, they just learned that lesson the hard way. They better put a little bit more effort into their D the next time down.
Big time play at the basket right there, fellas.
Paul with the ball, and Rose picks him up defensively. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
And taking a look now at the stats for Butler. Great showing for him last season. He's averaged 20 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
Absolutely. I mean, he has those real natural scoring instincts. The ability to find creases in the defense, just fantastic.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Joakim Noah's checked in for Gasol. Gibson comes in for Mirotic, and Brooks subbed in for Rose. Shot's good.
And when you look at how Bibbs got fired, I mean, there are a lot of reasons why a coach can be let go. I mean, he didn't have any performance issues, but apparently clashed in some form or fashion with the front office. Sometimes that's all it takes to be asked to go somewhere else.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now, looking at some different sets because of the matchup.
Yeah, I agree with you because they're looking to tweak things to maybe get those matchups working in their favor.
Crawford outside. Jordan kicks to Crawford. Butler with the steal. And here we go, the Bulls fast break. It's deflected. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Here's Paul. Here's Griffin. Makes it off the glass. Griffin's got 6.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense has given him. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
The drive by Brooks. That's good.
And back and forth we go. That bucket gives us another lead change.
Too many of those to count. These teams have matched each other shot for shot, play for play. It has been impressive.
Griffin passes to Navarro. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and he'll go to the line. With this chance, let's show you the league's most intimidating shot-blocking defenses from last season. Number 5, the Bulls.
A big part of their defense really revolved around their ability to block shots at the rim. It's so valuable to have that kind of backline protection. Allows you to be aggressive on the perimeter.
Really an extraordinary game for Jay. He's already got 11 points, and he's rejected more than his share of shots today.
An interior defense at its best, fellas. That's what we've seen out of him today.
Bulls trail by 3. Brooks outside. Takes the 13-footer. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Boy, Doc Rivers keeps on leading his teams to successful seasons. A former coach of the year rarely has a season where his team doesn't meet expectations.
And the call will be against Joakim Noah. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Crawford's got his second basket of the night. And Doc Rivers passed the 700-win mark as a coach last season He's climbing the ladder in career wins.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know that Doc oftentimes gets enough credit for the type of coach he is. I mean, as a coach, he is well over 500 in terms of his career win percentage. And how about over 500 in playoff games as well?
The drive by Brooks. Here's Gibson, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. For the Los Angeles Clippers, they come in off a good outing against Dallas. Gibson setting a pick for Brooks. Rebound by the Clippers.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Another shot. He lays it in. 15 points for Jay.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
You know, you work hard all season, Greg, to try and get into the playoffs, then get a favorable first-round matchup. How about the Clippers last year? Followed those steps. They're rewarded with the first-round matchup against the defending champions of the league, the San Antonio Spurs.
And not only were the Spurs the defending champions, but they came in playing terrific basketball down the stretch, which is kind of what they are noted for. And the Clippers, though, did well, even though that was the case.
Boy, I tell you, it was a tough road for the Clippers in the playoffs. They get by the Spurs in round 1 in a 7-game emotional series, then immediately have to go up against the Rockets in round 2.
And we all remember the Clippers would go up 3-1 against the Rockets. They had that 19-point lead in the fourth quarter of Game 6, but couldn't hold on to it and lose game. Game 7, and it was one of the biggest series collapses really in postseason history.
The Bulls have shot 1 of 3 from the line tonight, missing 2 earlier on.
Take a look at what Snell's done. He's already got 8 points and 1 steal as well. Early on, already making a huge difference for him.
And so nice to get that hot start. It really helps you stay in the action, keeps you engaged throughout.
Smith checked in for Blake Griffin. Crawford's shot is good.
What a passing display he has put on here tonight.
Yeah, he's spoiling us, Greg. I mean, there's just another fantastic dime drop right there. That one certainly should make the highlight reel.
Now Brooks to the left side wing. 3-pointer. Shot's good. Brooks has got 5.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Jordan against Noah. Navarro, the pass to Jordan. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. They get it back. Second chance shot, and it's Smith laying it in. Smith's got his first points of the game.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational's a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Josh Smith. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. And both free throws good for Brooks. 29 seconds left in the first. Here's Jordan, and he stops it. What a pass to set him up.
A signature slam right there from the big fella. How many of those have we seen before?
Bulls trail by 4. Brooks outside. To the inside. And it's Gibson that time on the assist by Brooks. Brooks has got 3 assists now in this one. Here's Navarro. He's got 15. Gets it off, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. Los Angeles on top. They're up by... And Blake Griffin grew up playing the game alongside his older brother. His dad was his coach, and he credits his brother for inspiring him to work at his craft.
watching him kind of go through the process of he started to get, recruited by college coaches, and then he, really took his game and became serious about it. And I watched his work ethic, and I watched how he, put the time in, the things he did, and that's kind of where I developed mine.
Well, talking about taking the right